Another thing that can appear during this phase is that you can feel like the mind machine is your enemy, is against you, or is intentionally trying to drive you crazy, or keep you from experiencing true happiness. That's not true. I call it the mind machine because it operates like a machine. It's not a person. It has no wants, desires, goals, or intentions, malicious or kind. It's not for you or against you. It just does what it was designed to do. To discover more about why the mind machine was designed to do what it does, to be sure to check out Appendix A of this book called The Big Why. Stabilization. After passing through the adaptation stage, the mind machine stabilizes. If you watch the video clip from the War Games movie, this was illustrated when the computer, after buzzing, wearing, and learning, said, "A strange game, the only winning move is not to play. How about a nice game of chess?" When the mind machine operated the old way, I observed pure raw emotional experiences in inner space, boast and weird, created stories about them, and bonded stories to the pure raw experiences. In the stabilization phase, the truth virus was made so many modifications to the mind machine that what appears in inner space changes in huge ways. While all journeys are unique, it is likely you'll witness something like this in the early segments of the stabilization stage. The mind machine will observe movement and frequencies of energy in inner space. It will ask 3 questions. It will answer them based on new data, new programs, and revised algorithms. It will pop the truth about the pure raw experiences into inner space versus the old lies, illusions, and stories. That is, there are just movements and frequencies of energy that are workable and perishable. Early in the stabilization stage, you may observe mind machine noise and chattering, a mix of old and new thoughts about emotions, but it won't feel as chaotic, congested, confusion, complex, or intense as it did in the adaptation stage. In this stage, you may also notice that you've experienced true happiness a lot or in blips. The mind machine observes it and still wants to label it, but if that happens, it tends to be quiet, just a hint or echo of what it used to be. During the final segments of the stabilization stage, although it can happen in the adaptation through happiness stages, it's likely that additional waves of experience will rip it up. The ripples will take the shapes of additional questions asked by the mind machine. There are many variations of how this dynamic can appear, but in general it will be something like this. I feel like a stranger in a strange world. I'm experiencing true happiness, but everyone around me, friends, family, business associates, is perceiving and talking about emotions the old way. What do I do about this? What do I say to them? How do I respond when they ask me how I feel about things? How do I respond when they are surprised? I'm not getting angry, hurt, embarrassed, etc. Or shouldn't I tell everyone about this? If I could save them from experiencing all the pain of negative emotions, especially my friends and family, I should. For all the questions and appearances like this, here's what to keep in mind. It's just the mind machine buzzing and whirling and trying to reorganize the files in response to the work of the truth virus. The feelings of being an alien, different, isolated, etc. is a blip that will pass and dissolve into the experience of true happiness. In terms of sharing with others, it's certainly a gift you can give others, and I encourage you to do it. But remember that you may or may not see this message being resisted or rejected. Why? Because it's not part of everyone's life story to experience true happiness now or at all. All of this will take care of itself as time passes and your story unfolds. As the truth virus continues its work, your experience will then move into the final stage, true happiness. In this stage, pure raw emotional experiences simply appear in inner space with no story at all from the mind machine, not even a true one. You will perceive things like this. Movements and frequencies of energy appear in inner space. The mind machine observes them, but does not buzz or whir. It does not ask or answer the 3 questions. It just allows pure raw experiences to be. You will be aware of the pure raw experience only. What this means, and you might find it hard to believe, at this point is that you just perceive all movements and frequencies of energy in inner space as just that. Movements and frequencies of emotional energy in inner space. No words or labels will appear. Well, you'll remember that you once used them and how impactful and real they once appeared. The old names: anger, fear, frustration, happiness, serenity, sadness, depression, permanently drop out of your experience. No positive, negative, good, bad judgments would appear in inner space. You are experiencing true happiness all the time. No matter what's going on around you, that'll be a big day for you. It was for me and everyone else who has experienced the truth virus in action. It's now time to dot a few I's and cross a few T's. Then I'll leave you for now to experience the full force of the truth virus. When you're ready to dot those I's and cross those T's and find them out what the red pill is all about, turn the page.